Y'all, namaste. Welcome to Love Wins. Listen, that heavy panting and those loud thumpings that you hear, that is the dogs. I have the pups in my room. I still have the snake in my lap. I just recorded my feasting while they're fasting. I believe is what I'm going to title it. Something along the lines. I was getting ready to edit and I started having so many downloads coming in. And I already took the camera down and put the lights away, and I didn't want to reset up. But so y'all want to go on a journey with me? This one tonight, this journey started with t-shirt and my panties on. Okay, y'all know the song? I'm gonna play it low so I don't get a flag. So when I get a thought, when I have a memory, it reminds me of a song. If I say something, I'll play that song because I had that memory, right? So I was getting ready to just get comfortable and just veg out, and I don't know. I got a book on my Kindle I'm reading. I got a book next to me I'm reading. I have a website I'm building. I have art to photograph. I have a painting that I just decided I want to paint, and I have things that I'm working on, like writings that I'm working on. So there's a bajillion things I could be doing, right? And I was just sitting in the what do I want to do with my energy. So I was like, I had thought, just because I'm home alone and I can just chill how I want to chill, I was just like, I'm just gonna get my t-shirt on and a t-shirt and my panties on. But I have this thing, like, I don't wear panties. I just don't like the way they feel. I like sweatpants. I like comfy pants. I like t-shirt and no panties, like if it's warm enough, but it's cold. But I had just said to myself, t-shirt with no panties on, and then I thought of the song and I played the song, and then it was like, whoa. Downloads, right? So in the collective, as a light worker, as a starseed, as an earth angel, as an awakened soul living in this reality that we are living in, we are very much aware of energy harvesting and how they attack the children. They're over sexualizing the children, and it's everywhere. I mean, I thought I was supposed to be sexy because Cindy Crawford was sexy and she was everywhere in my dad's house. And then I would watch a Pepsi commercial and think that I have to drink Pepsi that way and toss my hair that way, and every day in my life has to be slow motion because that was beautiful. And that is what beautiful was supposed to be. And I was beautiful. At least wanted to be beautiful, right? Because we all want to be beautiful. Because you are beautiful. You are. You are just as you. But we're over sexualized as children, and as a child, you're obviously not aware of it. As a child, you're just, the subliminals are doing their things and the programming is programming, and I wanted to fall in love before I could even okay, so inner child healing traumas, doing the work. I have been sitting with what was my first spark. What was the first, this is what I want out of life, right? And I remember having a little Cabbage Patch doll that was my baby that I carried her with me. So I'm I always wanted to be a mother. I know, because I carried that baby with me and I mothered that baby. And I always wanted to be in love. I always thought about having that perfect love that you see on TV that I didn't see in my life and my family. But it's sold to us that this is that love, right? And then the music that I would listen to, love songs. From the beginning, I loved love songs. Just the other day, I put on a playlist that went from Mariah Carey to Whitney Houston to all of the greats that would just belt love, right? And then and that's that divine feminine and that goddess energy, right? But it unfortunately, because of this matrix we live in, that sexual energy, that love frequency, that high vibration is being used to manipulate our emotions, to constantly feed off of us. That's all what Hollywood is. But like, that's the stuff that's, you know, you reap what you sow, and justice has been called, and judgment will be, you know, of the Most High, to the highest good of all. But in this awakening time, like, whoa, we were freaking harvested off of, you know, like, when that song came out, because of the girlfriend who was in my life, I know the time period of my life. So it was junior high to early high school. I was hanging out with this girl. I was an underage. But when this song came out, I was getting in nightclubs because DJs that were sleeping with either myself or my girlfriend would let us in underage. And it was the music. Like, we would go to be there, to dance, to like just do what everyone else is doing, but you know, we weren't of age. But that sexual energy is being, and dancing and the music, it's being generated, and the music portrays such a sexual energy or a loving energy. So the energy makes you want to fall in love or get in between some sheets. Like, that's what the music makes you do. So it's activating your heart, it's activating your sacral, you're activating your energy, right? And then what happens is a lot of people end up fucking, and it's not that energy, and then trauma happens. You were sold a lie. The music brought up this frequency, brought up this energy, promised this promise, this experience. But then what happened was, it was a traumatizing event for like 99% of the population. Like, let's just be real. What they show as love, what they show as, is not. Like, now there's beautiful, there's sex and there's love, okay? There's sex and there's love, and those are not to be confused. They are not the same thing. You can have love without sex, you can have sex without love. But to have sex and love in union is sacred, and it is beautiful, right? But if both people are in that conscious state and actively engaging in that awareness, then it's very karmic. It's very karmic. And there's an energetic exchange, a sexual energy exchange, right? And Draco's looking at me. He's like, what you getting at, Mom? He's a beautiful dog. Do y'all want to see him? Isn't he pretty? Are you pretty? Oh, are you pretty? Yes, I am. I'm so pretty. He gets excited. Poor baby. But he's beautiful. So yeah, I was just, I don't even know what the message is, but like, if you're getting this message, like, this is resonating, this is an activation. Like, be aware, be aware, be aware, be aware, and call your power back. Like, all of it. You just call your power back from all of it, right? And use the music to alchemize, transmute it, you know. And forgive yourself, for you did not know what you didn't know, right? Forgive yourself. I forgive myself. You know, I have a 5-year-old daughter who I'm completely open and honest with, and I'm open and honest with her about what's out there. When she starts watching certain things, I'm like, that's just, you're being brainwashed right now. Like, that is brainwashing you. She asked me the other day if she could plump her lips. No, and I explained, I went into all of it with her, right? And she knows all of my truths, and I don't keep secrets from my kids. And she asked me, she asked me questions like about why did you have sex with so many people? How come you had sex if you didn't have love? And, you know, she asked me very deep questions. And I don't want her to be manipulated. I want her to be aware. So I give her honest answers. And I tell her what I thought and felt back then, what I learned from it, and how I would do it differently now. So this is for someone. You're coming up with these tough questions. You tell them the truth. You tell the children the truth. You tell them what you thought and how you felt and where you were. Tell them what you were thinking, who you were, because like they want to get to know you. These are very wise souls. They just want to know you. So tell them who you were, okay? And then what you learned from it, what you went through because of it. You know? And then you tell them this is why I am the way I am now. Like, if I could do it differently, I would probably do it differently, but I am who I am and I forgive who I am. But I want you to know, so you know, so when you make those decisions for yourself, at least you'll know, right? It's all about awareness. Be present, be truthful, be in integrity, be in love. And let's break these fucking generational fucking chains that bind us to this slave matrix. Okay? I love you, loved ones.